In Mario Kart Double Dash, there's a pretty unique mechanic on a couple tracks. On Peach Beach and Mushroom Bridge, you can go through a warp pipe that'll teleport you, just like the classic Mario games. Unfortunately, these haven't seen much use over the years. Not only are they out of the way, you gain a ton of airtime, making it not really worth the payout of an item or two. However, in November 2023, two speedrunners were in a voice call when they started thinking, what if you went through all of the pipes in the game? What started as a simple joke ended up evolving into one of the most competitive and skill-based speedrun categories of all time. This is the world record history of all pipes. This story starts on November 26th, 2023. Two top-level speedrunners, a nun guy and young Rick, were in a Discord call when they had an idea. How fast could you go through all the pipes in the game? It couldn't take that long since they were just the pipes at the beginning of Peach Beach and Mushroom Bridge, right? Well, not quite. You see, there was one mode that speedrunners hadn't played since it required having friends. Battle Mode. In Battle Mode, there was a battle course aptly named Pipe Plaza, containing 4 pipes that functioned just like the ones in Peach Beach and Mushroom Bridge. Quickly, the two figured out the fastest route. Complete 3 laps on Peach Beach while going through the pipe 3 times, do the same on Mushroom Bridge, then reset the console to enter Battle Mode quickly and enter all 4 pipes. As soon as you go through the last pipe, the run's over. This was much easier said than done though. Firstly, Peach Beach has a tide mechanic where the water rises and falls throughout the race. The deeper you are in the water, the more your speed will be reduced. If you're a skilled runner in time trials, the tide is luckily out of the way of the optimal line on all 3 laps. However, going through the pipe slows you down enough to throw off the cycle and make you either have to tank a speed loss or take a wide line. On Mushroom Bridge, there's more cycles, this time with traffic circling the course. Having to avoid these cars while trying to take perfect lines makes the track more challenging. Additionally, the positioning of the path to the pipe is extremely close to the finish line, making entering the path at the start extremely awkward. Lastly, Pipe Plaza effectively came down to RNG. There were 2 spawn points, one for each player. One spawn point placed you conveniently right in front of one of the pipes, while the other was much further away. It's effectively a coin flip whether or not you'll save or lose valuable seconds. Young Rick would be the first person to complete a run, getting a time of 4:01, then a nun guy would break the sub-4 barrier with a 3:59 not long after. A nun guy's run would last for a little over 2 months when a new runner would claim the record, Globe70. He'd improve by a second, getting the time to a 3:58, but this would not last long. Just 1 hour and 11 minutes after Globe posted his record, nun guy posted that he had also improved his time, to a 3:51. Here's how. First, the two runners had different mushroom strategies on Peach Beach. Globe had used his mushrooms while landing from the pipe on laps 2 and 3 in order to quickly reaccelerate. A nun guy had a similar idea, using a mushroom in the same spot on lap 1. However, after this first mushroom, a nun guy used another mushroom to cut off a bit of grass on the first turn in order to try to beat the tide on lap 1. This new strategy, combined with some better driving overall, allowed him to save nearly 3.5 seconds on Peach Beach alone. Another time save came in between tracks. A nun guy had turned off the setting to enable time trial ghosts in the game settings, meaning Mushroom Bridge instantly loaded up for him. Globe hadn't, and therefore had to spend extra time menuing and waiting for the course to load. The two strategies didn't differ much on Mushroom Bridge. Both used a mushroom on the path to the pipe, the only difference being Globe used his on lap 1 and 2, and a nun guy used his on laps 2 and 3. However, a nun guy again had much better driving overall and saved another 4 seconds. Lastly, on Pipe Plaza, Globe opted to go through the pipes with player 2's cart since it got the good spawn point. However, this cart, the Wario Kart, does not have good turning, making it extremely slow to turn around and enter the pipes. Meanwhile, a nun guy's player 1 got the good spawn, and since it was using the barrel train, the game's best cart, it was easily able to maneuver from pipe to pipe, allowing him to save some more time. While a nun guy's run was impressive and a massive world record cut, it was by no means perfect. He had some time loss on Peach Beach by going in the grass on lap 2, and his menuing after Mushroom Bridge was by no means optimal. However, this run just seemed too daunting to take on. Months went by and no one seemed interested in improving the category. But in June, someone would come along and rescue the category from the brink of death. That month, someone would announce a new tournament, the Mario Kart Double Dash Olympics. This tournament would involve players from all around the world competing in various speedrunning challenges in the game. And whoever was running this tournament must have been a genius, because one of these challenges was all pipes. And when the tournament started on June 30th, runners would waste no time trying to set new runs and potentially break the world record. And sure enough, the day the tournament started, a new runner set a new record, Electro TDS. Once again, the new and old record had some differences. For one, the Peach Beach mushroom strategies yet again differed. Electro didn't do the grass shortcut and instead used his second mushroom on the pipe landing lap 2. Then, on Mushroom Bridge, he didn't get the start boost to make it easier to enter the pipe path and used the mushroom on lap 1. Lastly, instead of scrolling over to the lightweight characters in the barrel train on the character select screen, he just spammed A to enter Pipe Plaza as quickly as possible. Although he was stuck on the Wario car, the faster menuing allowed him to save time and take back the record. But there was very clearly room for improvement. Electra lost nearly 1.4 seconds to a Nungai on the driving courses, so at least a 347 was possible. And sure enough, just 6 hours after Electra's record, a Nungai improved his time to a 347. The only strategy he changed from his 351 was using the Mushroom Bridge mushrooms on laps 1 and 2 instead of 2 and 3. He lost a tenth of a second to Electro on Peach Beach, but was 1.1 seconds faster than him on Mushroom Bridge. Then, thanks to improving his menuing and being on the barrel train, he was just fast enough to take home the record. But there was still a lot of uncertainty around all pipes. Different top runners were using different strategies and there wasn't a clear best one. However, a few days after Nungai's new record, another runner would come along and revolutionize the category. And that runner was iMathy. Firstly, he would match Electro's strategy on Peach Beach. No grass cut, just using the mushroom where the speed boost helps the most. He saved about 0.3 over a Nungai there to start the run. There were no strategy changes on Mushroom Bridge, but saved another 0.1 with slightly better driving. Then he had near perfect menuing. Not scrolling over to the barrel train, just spamming A and hoping the Wario car got the better spawn. And sure enough, it did, allowing him to finish the run with a time of 3:43. And that's where the record stands today. This run is truly impressive, a combination of effectively perfect driving and menu navigation. And it may not be beaten until the greatest tournament of all time returns.
But what is a pipe? Merriam-Webster defines a pipe as a long tube or hollow body for conducting a liquid gas or finely divided solid or for structural purposes. But a go-kart isn't a finely divided solid, and outside of Pipe Plaza aren't necessary for the structure of the course. And what about the elevator on Rainbow Road? It looks pretty pipe-shaped to me and does effectively the same thing as the pipes in the all-pipe speedruns. If that's a pipe, then surely the DK cannon is too. What about the carts in the game that are made of pipes? Should all pipes even be a category? Can you go through every pipe? Is everything a pipe? Is nothing a pipe? Are you a pipe? Am I a pipe? Ah!